Hello, this is KYC News. We have provided you with relevant and reliable information for the day. First and foremost, we wish him good health and heartfelt desire. The strangest 10 foods from around the world. The strangest 10 foods from around the world. When you travel, you frequently try the uncommon and make an effort to immerse yourself in the local culture. Trying the foods that the natives consume is one of the finest methods to do this. The following dishes may not be to everyone's taste, yet they are delicacy in their own countries despite being strange, unusual, or even harmful to outsiders. These foods are delicious everyday or celebratory cuisine for the people who eat them, despite the fact that eating them may seem like a type of extreme dining to us. 1. China's bird's nest soup. Although you might not expect a bird's nest to be appetizing, the Chinese produce this soup, known as caviar of the East, using swifts' nests. Although you're probably picturing a nest made of sticks and leaves right now, swiftlets actually create their nests mostly out of saliva. You're probably picturing a nest composed of sticks and leaves, but swiftlets primarily use saliva to build their nests. One of the most expensive animal products ingested by humans has a distinctive gelatinous, rubbery texture due to something in the bird's saliva. Due to the 35-day construction duration of the nests during breeding season and the fact that they can only be collected around 3 times per year, it is pricey. The nests are often constructed in coastal caves, and obtaining them requires dexterous climbing skills, adding to the steep cost. Man-made nesting places are now widespread due to the rising demand for bird's nest soup. The 2 countries that import the most bird nests are Hong Kong and the US. The price of a bowl of the soup ranges from $30 to $100, while the price of a kilo of nests is from $2,000 to $10,000. In addition to its nourishing protein composition and long history as a custom, the soup is thought to have aphrodisiac properties. 2. Fried spiders in Cambodia. The eensy-weensy spider scurried up the waterspout. You really shouldn't try to eat one of these 8-legged creatures if you have arachnophobia. They are large tarantulas, not tiny house spiders, and you can purchase them from street vendors in Skuon, Cambodia. They are fried whole, complete with fangs and legs. In the cruel, brutal days of the Khmer Rouge dictatorship, they were originally discovered to be edible by starving Cambodians, and since then, they have transformed from being the essential nutrition of these people into a delicacy tourists travel great distances to try. They have a flavor that is similar to chicken or crickets and are crispy on the outside with a mushy body inside. Busloads of visitors stop to try the black hairy arachnids on their route to other locations, and they have since become a source of fame and riches for the area around the market town of Skuon. They are inexpensive and taste great when picked directly from the burrow and pan-fried with some salt and garlic. They have a flavor that is similar to cricket or chicken and are crispy on the exterior and gooey inside. 3. Japan's puffer fish. You must use caution when handling this delicatessen or you risk ending up in the mortuary. Despite having a toxin that is 1,250 times more potent than cyanide in its skin and interior, the deadly puffer fish, or fugu, is considered the greatest delicacy in Japan. Its interior and exterior both contain tetrodotoxin, a poison 1,250 times more potent than cyanide. Because of this, only skilled chefs working in authorized restaurants are permitted to prepare it in Japan. Try this only at restaurants that have a license, otherwise, you risk becoming paralyzed and finally passing away from asphyxiation because there is no known cure. When the fish was made illegal in Thailand and individuals started coloring it pink and passing it off as salmon, 15 people died. Fertilized eggs, Philippines, no. 4. Balut, a Filipino cuisine, is comparable to a chocolate Kinder Egg. These eggs contain a surprise, but it's not a plastic toy. Instead, it gives you the opportunity to eat both your chicken and your egg at the same time. Just before they're supposed to hatch, fertilized eggs are boiled, causing your yolk to seep out, followed by a fetus of a chicken or duck. Depending on your choice, they can be cooked when the fetus is somewhere between 17 and 21 days old. However, as the egg gets older, the embryo starts to develop a beak, claws, bones, and feathers. Balut is almost as popular in Filipino society as the hot dog is in America, and street vendors shout baluot as they drive their carts along the sidewalk. They are a filling snack rich of protein and are known to increase libido. Although some balut eaters enjoy it with chili and vinegar, balut are typically consumed with beer and cooked with a touch of salt, lemon juice, black pepper, and coriander. Balut is consumed by cracking open the egg, drinking the soup, and then indulging in the yolk and fetus. 5. Sardinian maggot cheese. There are insect larvae all over this Sardinian cheese. The term casu marzu, which translates to rotten cheese, is more frequently known as maggot cheese. Although it is currently illegal due to health concerns, it is nonetheless available on the black market in Sardinia and other regions of Italy. This sheep's milk cheese is essentially pecorino that has been infused with Pyophila casei cheese fly larvae. As the cheese fats are broken down by the larvae, fermentation takes place, resulting in a very soft texture and some liquid seeping out. Because it is deemed hazardous when the maggots are dead, the cheese must be consumed while they are still living. Diners must cover their eyes since the larvae can jump if startled. Casu marzu has been linked to health problems, such as reports of allergic reactions and the risk of eating cheese that has matured to a hazardous form. The danger of intestinal larval infection should also be taken into account. Surströmming, Sweden, no. 6. Surströmming, which is fermented Baltic herring, is available in supermarkets across Sweden, but it's unlikely to be next to the IKEA meatballs. Some airlines believe that pressurized cans, like pyrotechnics and explosives, could be unsafe. Herring is caught in the springtime while it is just beginning to spawn. It is then fermented in barrels for 1 to 2 months before being canned, where the fermentation process lasts for several months. Because of the ongoing fermentation process, the cans frequently bulge during transportation and storage. In fact, some airlines forbid passengers from bringing these pressurized cans on board because they view them as potentially explosive and dangerous. The scent of the fermented fish, which is very strong, usually hits you first when the can is opened. It is typically consumed with cooked potatoes and a type of flat, crunchy bread. However, the ideal beverage to consume with it is beer rather than milk or water. Live octopus, Korea, no. 7. In Korea, a popular raw delicacy called sanachi is made using live octopus. The tentacles of a live octopus are still wriggling on the dish when it is sliced into pieces, delicately seasoned with sesame oil, and served right away. Eating live octopus is quite difficult. There is also the physical problem of battling with your food because the tentacles adhere to any surface they contact, in addition to the mental hurdle of attempting to comprehend eating something that is still alive. The octopus will suction on your teeth, the roof of your mouth, and your tongue once it is within your mouth. The first challenge is getting the tentacles off your chopsticks. Once inside your mouth, the octopus will suction on your teeth, with the tongue and roof of your mouth essentially trying to save their own lives. The tentacles move while you chew, leading some locals to refer to it as a party in your mouth. However, you should take extra care to chew fully since you risk choking if the suction cups stick to your neck. Excrement coffee, Indonesia, at no. 8. If someone offers you a cup of this coffee when you drop by their Indonesian home, you might want to think twice, or you might not. The most costly and rarest gourmet coffee in the world is called kopi luwak. Right, it sounds divine? Actually, it's created from the feces of a cat-like creature called a luwak that lives in Indonesia. The luwak only consumes the ripest coffee cherries, but because its stomach is unable to digest the beans, the cherries come out intact. The luwak only consumes the ripest coffee cherries, but because its stomach is unable to process the beans, the cherries emerge entire. The stomach acids and enzymes that perform the fermentation of the beans are supposed to produce a unique flavor and aroma in the coffee that arises from this procedure. The Indonesian archipelago's islands of Sumatra, Java, and Sulawesi are the locations of this process. If you want to try this premium coffee, you might want to start saving now because it costs anything from $120 to $300 per pound. 9. Iceland's puffin heart. With its colorful beak and clumsy antics, the puffin, sometimes known as the clown of the water or sea parrot, is regarded as an endearing bird. Anyone would exclaim "ah" at the sight of a puffin flapping its wings and leaping from a cliff to create enough lift to get flight. However, in Iceland, these seabirds have long provided the country's residents with food on the islands. One of the largest puffin colonies in the world is found in Iceland, and one pastime that includes catching the low-flying birds in a wide net is called skyfishing. As a traditional Icelandic delicacy, hunters break their prey's necks, skin them, and then consume the fresh heart uncooked while it's still warm. The Westman Islands are the finest location to catch a few puffins because they are collected there sustainably to keep them from going extinct. As a traditional Icelandic delicacy, hunters skin their prey after breaking their necks and eating the fresh heart uncooked while it's still warm. Similar to a fishier variant of chicken or duck, puffin. It is frequently grilled, smoked, or pan-fried. When he was spotted eating it on television, TV chef Gordon Ramsay generated a lot of buzz. Snake wine, Vietnam, ranks 10. Want to try a different type of wine? Perhaps a bouquet of reptiles with a hint of poison? Snake wine is rice wine that has a poisonous snake packaged with it. Because there is snake blood in it, it has a faint rose color to it. Although it is rumored to have therapeutic benefits, its primary use is presumably as a talking point. The poison is neutralized by the ethanol, making it harmless. For many months, the snake is allowed to steep in rice wine, allowing the poison to dissipate. The venom is rendered harmless by ethanol, making it safe. Snakes are believed to have medicinal properties in Vietnam, where this wine first appeared, but it has now spread to other countries in Southeast Asia and southern China. Snake blood wine, which is created by slashing a snake's belly to let the blood drain into the wine and is then consumed right away, should not be mistaken with snake wine because it could be much more hazardous.